you grown as a person?
I've grown mentally as a person since when I was very little, just like better attitude, better with other people, just.
Ever since I started high school, I became more like social.
What do you want to improve?
What I want to improve is appreciating what people do for me more, because I don't show it that much.
What are you looking forward to in the future?
What I'm looking forward to is just a healthy life and a healthy relationship and a healthy bond with my family if I have one. And yeah.
Wait, ask me the question.
Okay. If you want to, how will you make changes to make better choices?
This year I really want to get closer to positive people.
If you want to, how will you make the changes to make better choices?
Just little things, saying thank you every time someone does something for me, or just every day telling the person I love them, like my family members, just every day, just appreciating everything they do for me.
What are you looking forward to in the future?
What am I looking forward to the future? I really just want to graduate and get settled in, yeah.
Stop, just say stop.
Stop.
Today for organizations, we'll be focusing on Key Club and Enlace.
These clubs help students because they get students involved in out-of-school activities. They also help by teaching students quality life lessons for their future. Thank you for listening to Organizations. This has been Cameron, Dominic, and Jaden.
State competitions. Most clubs have them. Today we'll be talking about on theater and how they prepare for state. Also on what the highlights were during the competition. Before they left for state, we spoke to two students on how they prepared for the competition. Here's what Sarah McGregor and Manny Herrera had to say.
Competition is just to see who can do the best at theater, basically, just acting professionally, tech-wise, just how well you guys work together as a whole, just to be a part of it, just to do your best. It'll be judged on a few things, mainly acting, how well the actors do by themselves, with the other actors, how well the techies work with the actors, how well I do my part, costuming, if costumes go with the timeline and the set and all that, and just crew, just how well can you work together as a whole, getting on set on time, and yeah, that's about it.
State for me? I mean, this is really my first date with theaters, but so far, from what we practiced, is basically me having to do my low southern accent so many times. It puts a lot of strain on the throat.
This is taking place in Albuquerque this year, next to Rio Rancho. The most difficult part is just overall the excitement. You can't hold it all in. You're really excited to go, and you want to get everything done and ready.
Would be characterization, basically having to act like an old man.
We also spoke to Israel Stacy on what the highlights were after the competition.
Hi, I'm Israel Stacy. I am currently president of Mayfield Theater, and I do all sorts of different things here. It's a lot of fun being an actor. There are a lot of struggles at times, just because annoyance with other actors, of course, but that goes with pretty much anything that you do within theater. Acting is just a really fun experience to have, because you learn a lot more from it than you think you would. Like, just memorizing lines is a huge part of that, and it's also a major responsibility that you have to take on. Some of the highlights at state were for sure putting on our own show. That was a lot of fun. There was a lot of stress that happened behind it just because it is a competition, of course. But our backstage performance, it went really well. We were able to get everything done that we had planned out beforehand. And the other shows that we saw there were amazing quality. We saw very good shows there. You could tell that every single school there was passionate about their theater programs, and they wanted to put on a good show. They really did, amongst one another. Like, one of the biggest difficulties we had with the show that we brought to state was the distinction between our three old woman characters. It's just being able to find your own character within your written character. Like, your written character, you can only find so much within the words. That's why you need to expand outside of that character and just be able to form and develop different traits for them so that they're not just a one-track character. I feel like that's definitely one of our strong suits and always has been in our theater. But something that we can do to further develop our craft is just having the motivation to set design, to do clothes, whatever our task is within the theater, and following through with it and showing our full effort through every step that we do within those processes.
Okay. So Mayfield, be sure to check out theaters, plays, and musicals and show support to our school actors.
This week for TSPN, Mayfield Diversity Dance Captain Santino Arvizu, Serena Frascas, and Desiree Valencia talked about their dance crew and their experience so far as captains. How did MDD come to a start?
Sophomore year, I remember me and Serena weren't close at this point, but her and Santino talked about it also. But me and Santino were at a basketball game and Palm had performed, and we were like, I wish that there was a hip hop dance team. And Ms. Rios was actually keeping score at this basketball game.
Because MDD is a student-led team, many think that Coach Rios has nothing to contribute to. When we asked her how she contributes to the group, she says, and I quote, "By allowing students to create and control performances, it teaches them responsibility and discipline in a creative and safe place."
So, and she had told us when we had her as a teacher that she was captain for the Las Cruces High School dance team. So after the game, we jokingly went up to her and we were like, if we started a hip hop dance team, would you be our coach? And she actually said yes.
What inspires you to be a good captain?
There's a lot of lower classmen, so we really try to be the best version as ourselves academically and in the dance program, just because we know that they look up to us and stuff.
Adding on to Desiree's, we just set standards for them, and I don't know, we take the leadership.
Yeah.
Being able to see my choreography be put out there and everyone seeing it and everyone like it.
In your opinion, how has MDD impacted Mayfield?
I think that a lot of people wanted a hip hop dance team, and I just feel like it brought a lot of fun to me.
And I feel like when we perform at assemblies and stuff, everyone's so supportive for us, and I don't know, it's just good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes.
I would say it brought something else to Mayfield besides pom and cheer, because pom is for I would say girls just only, not really guys, and then cheer is different, you know.
How has MDD helped you grow as a person?
I made a lot of friends. I made friends in the being in the club or whatever.
Literally that. Just talk. Literally that.
It helped me learn to be a leader and not a follower.
Following to that question, how has MDD grown as a group?
I think at first it was kind of messy because obviously we've never been captains before, so it was just a mess. And then we got through our first couple performances, and then we're like, okay, we got this. So I think now we know what we're doing and everything just runs a little bit more smoothly than it did before.
Yeah.
It's actually gotten better over the past years. I mean, when we first started it was obviously hard to get people to do it, and then once people saw what it was, a lot of people kind of gave it a chance and tried to do it. And I feel like it's gotten better just because a lot of us have gotten more experience doing it more.
If you would like to join MDD, you can always talk to Coach Rios in room 166. Practices are on Mondays and Wednesdays from 3:45 to 5:15 on the upper balcony on the left of the gym or the dance room.
Okay, Trojans, that was all for TSPN. Big thank you to Serena Santino and Desiree and Coach Rios for informing us about Mayfield Diversity Dance.